Okay, welcome to the continuation of the discussion on accounting for home office and branch transactions. So we ended on the allocation of the expenses as a okay, ano tong sinasabing allocation of expenses? So wala tayong problema kapag yung expenses it emanates from the branch. Halimbawa, meron siyang regular expenses, o they i-recognize lang yun as debit expense and then credit cash or accounts payable uh, when whatever is necessary for the transactions. Pero papaano kapag merong expenses na incur ang home office tapos ina-allocate niya 'yon sa mga branches niya. So, minsan kasi nag-involve uh, the home office is involved in advertising, marketing, or other kind of overhead expenses na hindi pwedeng i-charge lang sa home office because it benefits the branches all throughout the entire organization. So it is proper for them to allocate the expenses. Okay? Let us try looking at the allocation. For example, at this item number 13, yung home office, nag-allocate siya ng 10,000 utilities expense and 4,000 advertising to the branch. How is it recorded in the home office books? So debit ka lang po investment in branch 14,000 and then credit utilities expense, credit advertising expense and 10,000 and 4,000 respectively. Sir, question, bakit naka-credit yung expenses mo? Because originally, yung expenses na yan ay naka-debit. Nung na-recognize niya, nung na-incur niya yung expense, dinebit niya utilities, credit advertising expense, and then credit cash. Nagganon siyang entry dyan. So, kapag ina-allocate na natin yung expenses, i-eliminate mo lang po yung expense. Kaya mo siya ikini-credit. At siniset up mo yung investment in branch, naka-debit siya. Ibig sabihin, 'di ba? Kung matatandaan mo yung T account ng investment in branch, kapag si home office yung nagbayad in behalf of the branch, yun ay treated as an addition to the investment in branch account. Para bang inabunuhan ko yung expenses na dapat ikaw ang magbayad, kaya idadagdag ko ito sa accountability mo. Ganon. Sa branch books naman, i-recognize mo yan. Debit utilities expense, credit advertising expense, and then debit mo yung expenses and then credit home office for 14,000. Dinagdagan mo lang yung accountability mo, tapos tong expenses ay parang inilipat mo doon sa branch books kasi siya dapat ang incur nung expenses na ito. So, ganun siya. Okay? The financial statements, I will not be discussing more of this. It is for your comprehension. Yung closing of the nominal accounts, it is easier. I-eliminate mo lang naman yung mga nasa normal balances into their negative balances, yung kabaliktad na balance niya. Okay? Okay. Okay, how do we recognize yung mga reciprocal accounts? So 'di ba, ang sabi natin the home office and the investment in branch account should be equal at all given point of time. So the reconciliation shall be made if the balances of the investment and home office accounts are not equal. So the procedures are similar to those used in bank reconciliation. So kung yung knowledge mo on bank reconciliation like the deposit in transit, yung mga debit memo, errors, ganyan, you will just apply here. Apply those knowledge here dito sa reconciliation ng reciprocal accounts. So, paano nangyayari na hindi balance yung investment in branch at saka home office accounts? 1. Transfers in transit. So, pwede kasi na nag-transfer si home office or baliktad, si branch nag-remit, ganyan, pero hindi pa niya nare-record ng home office. So, it is just proper for you to reconcile those transactions. For example naman, ang recorded debit and credit memo. So, ano mga example niyan? The home office collects accounts receivable on behalf of the branch. Tapos ni-record na yon as a debit to cash and credit to investment in branch. Pero kay branch, hindi niya pa nare-recognize yan. So, mga ganong scenario lang naman yan. So, kung medyo okay ka naman do sa reconciling item on the bank reconciliation, it will be easier for you. And errors. Errors such as omissions in the recording, double recording, mathematical mistakes, so it will depend on your analysis kasi there's no single rule regarding error that will encompass all transactions. So kailangan medyo gamay mo yung paggamit ng overstatement and understatement, overbalance ng mga accounts para i-correct natin ng maayos yung error. Okay? Well, the concept of an error has been discussed in your intermediate accounting, yung mga error related to accounts, yung iba't ibang klaseng accounts. Okay? Okay, let's look at the special problems on accounting for branch operations. The home office and its branches may enter into the following transactions: merchandise shipments to branch billed at prices above cost, and interbranch transactions. So, ang normal kasi, under the normal scenario, dapat yung pinapasa ni home office sa branch ay at cost. Pero, there are special cases wherein yung shipments to branch ay may billing. Kumbaga, billed ito at a price above cost. So, mas mataas kesa dun sa cost niya. Ibig sabihin, um, uh, there is merong aim yung home office na mag-generate pa rin ng profit kahit na kay branch niya lang pinapasa. Okay? Pag tiningnan mo yung kabuuan, when you look at the totality of the financial statement, wala naman talagang effect whether nilagyan ba ng markup or hindi yung shipments na yon. But uh, for internal reporting purposes, mahalaga ito dahil minimeasure natin yung true realized profit ng bawat branch na nag-ooperate. So, this is also a measure of performance. So, papaano kapag mga ganyang cases wherein meron tayong billing at a price above cost? Okay? So, how do we account for transactions like that? So, tingnan natin yung illustrations. Okay? Home office ships inventory costing 100,000 and bills the branch 120% of the cost. So, paano yun? How is it recorded in the home office books? So, debit ka lang investment in branch 120,000. 100,000 times 120% of the cost. Credit shipments to branch. Yung shipments to branch account, yan ay 100,000 yung at cost lang. And then, meron tayong new account title here, yung allowance for markup, which represents yung markup doon sa shinip doon sa branch natin. Kay branch naman, how do we recognize it? Debit shipments from home office. Dahil si branch, normally yan ay wala siyang alam kung magkano yung building price. Basta ang alam niya lang kung magkano niya binili yan. So, kapag ni-recognize niya yan as an inventory or as an shipments from home office account, 120,000 yan. Lang yan. And then credit home office. Wala na siyang knowledge regarding the markup. Okay? Let us look at the notes. The investment and home office accounts are debited or credited at the billed price. Okay, yung 120,000. The home office records the markup in an allowance account. Okay? The branch, unaware of the markup, records the shipment at the billed price. The difference between the shipments to branch and the shipments from home office accounts represents the markup. Okay. Next, freight paid by the home office. Home office ships to the branch inventory costing 200,000 and bills the branch 120%. Home office pays freight of 10,000. Okay, let's take a look at this. Paano natin i-record yan sa home office account? So, paano natin i-record yan sa home office account? 200,000 times 120%. That is 240,000 plus 10 na freight is 250. So, yung debit investment in branch yon. Credit ka shipments to branch at cost 200,000. Credit ka ng cash 10,000 kasi yan yung bayad dun sa transportation or sa freight na binayaran ni home office kasi freight paid by home office. Then, allowance for markup 40,000. Si branch, dahil unaware siya of the markup, ang gagawin niya dyan, debit siya shipments from home office 240,000, debit freight in 10,000, at saka credit home office 250. Okay. Next, paano kapag yung freight ay paid by the branch? Kung paid po yan ng branch, edi mag-set up ka lang po dito ng credit na cash. Okay? The rest ay same scenario. Paano kapag si branch ay bumili sa outside supplier? Wala pong problema. Yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, wala pong problema, kay branch books ka lang magre-record. Ganon din kapag dun sa sales. Okay? Okay, let's take a look at the computation of the individual profit of the branch and the true profit. Kasi minsan tinatanong talaga ito, yung true profit of the branch, considering na mayroong markup on the billing or the shipments to the branch account. So kung titingnan po natin the individual profit of the branch, for example, the sales is 500,000. The cost of sales computed as the beginning, wala tayong beginning balance. So shipments from home office, kung titingnan mo po ang iyong uh, ang book mo at yung module related to this, kung mababalikan mo po yung journal entries mo, makikita mo na mayroong shipments na 120, 240, and 96,000. Total ng shipments from home office ay 456,000. May freight in po na 18,000, 10 plus 6 plus 2. Tapos may purchases ka from outside or yung mga external parties, yung third parties, 40,000. So ang tigas or the total goods available for sale is 514, minus mo yung inventory end na given dyan, 250,000, meron ka po cost of sales or cost of goods sold 264,000. So 500 sales minus 264 na cost of sales is your individual gross profit 236,000. Minus operating expenses 100,000, ang individual profit of the branch is 136,000. Kung ito ang tanong, this will be the answer. Paano kapag tinatanong is the true profit of the branch? So kailangan mo lang pong i-restate yung mga items ng inventory, yung mga transactions between home office and branch, dapat i-restate mo yan, tanggalin mo yung markup niya. So, paano siya tatanggalin? Just take a look at this. The shipments from home office, di ba 456 yan? I-divide mo ng 120% para makuha mo yung kanyang at cost, 380,000. Yung freight in, walang problema. Purchases, walang problema. Yung inventory ending, kailangan i-restate mo rin po ito kasi 250,000 yan. Pero ang sabi dito, this consists of 240,000 shipments from home office. Ibig sabihin, yan po ay merong markup. So, paano alisin yung markup doon? 240 divided by 120% plus 10. Yung 10 po kasi is purchases from supplier. So wala kang, hindi mo yan i-convert to its at cost amount dahil yan naman ay outside transaction. So, 210,000 po ang iyong inventory ending. So, 438 minus 210 is 228,000. 500 minus 228 is your true gross profit na 272 minus yung operating expenses mo 100. Your true profit of the branch is 172,000. Okay? So, tumaas siya. Bakit siya tumaas? Ang logic dyan ay, kanina kasi may markup pa. Pero ito talaga yung true profit of the branch kasi nga, the transactions ng home office at na tinatransfer niya yung inventory sa branch, dapat yan ay at cost. Hindi by markup. Kasi kapag tinignan mo yung totality ng entity, at cost lang naman talaga dapat yan. So, kapag tinanong sa'yo is the true profit of the branch, you just have to restate the items to its at cost. Yung mga shipments from home office, ending inventory, i-restate mo po doon sa kanyang at cost amount. Okay? Di-divide mo lang naman doon sa markup niya. Okay? There is an alternative procedure here. It is for your understanding na. Ayan. Mas madali din itong gamitin, especially when you are looking at your CPA, CPALE exam paper. Dapat ito yung gagawin mong transaction dyan. Compute mo lang yung unrealized markup sa ending inventory. Tapos yun yung gamitin mo. Okay? The interbranch transactions, okay. So, yung mga transfers lang ito. Halimbawa, it covers yung mga two branches, ang cover ng transaction. This will explain yung transaction between home office and with unrelated parties. For example, normally a branch transacts only with the home office and with unrelated parties. However, there may be instances where the home office instructs a branch to transfer assets to another branch. So, imbis na yung home office ang mag home office at saka isang branch lang ang mag-transact, minsan ini-involve pa ni home office yung another branch to act on behalf of that branch. So, ito yung mga ganong scenario, yung mga transfers of cash. For example, in this case, the home office books debit investment in branch number 2, 10K, and then credit investment in branch number 1, 10K. Kasi nga, binawasan yung cash niya doon. Tingnan mo, si branch number 1 yung nagbigay, debit ka ng home office and then credit cash 10,000. Imbis na si home office yung magbigay ng 10,000, si branch number 1 yung pinagbigay niya kay branch 2. So, si branch 2 naman, debit cash and then credit home office. Okay? So, ang ginawa na lang ni home office ay nag-record na lang siya nung talagang net effect dun sa mga investment in branch account. Same is true with transfers of merchandise. So, ganun lang din essentially yung transaction. Imbis na si home office ay pwedeng utusan niya yung branch na number 1 na ikaw nang magbigay kasi may excess inventory ka naman. So, siya magre-record na lang siya doon sa kanyang ledger kung paano gagawin doon sa mga transactions. Okay, I think I already have discussed yung important parts of the accounting for home office transactions because yung home office and branch accounting ay mas madali siyang maintindihan. You will integrate your learning as you practice. Kasi kapag more on discussion, you will be bombarded by knowledge but not with yung practical application. Kaya mas maganda na while you are looking at the illustrations here, you solve the problems on the later chapter, yung later parts of the module. Okay? So I think I have to end the discussion on accounting for home office transactions. The rest, yung other parts that have been skipped in the interest of time, I devoted for your self understanding and self learning. Moreover, I already have discussed yung important matters as far as I am concerned as I look on the Sipale syllabus and the experience I have in taking the Sipale. Ito yung mga important parts, yung diniscuss ko. Ito yung important parts na dapat hindi mo to makalimutan. Makalimutan mo na yung ibang parts related to home office, wag lang yung mga parts na we already have discussed. Okay? So, thank you.